Let's start with a story that might feel familiar, even if the details are different. Imagine Leo, a little boy who loves building towers with his colourful blocks. Each block he stacks is a small act of creativity, a moment of pure focus and joy. When his mother notices and praises him, Leo feels unstoppable. Her smile is like sunshine, and her words make him feel seen and valued. But when she's distracted, maybe glancing at her phone or lost in thought, Leo feels invisible. The room suddenly feels colder and his excitement fades. These small moments, repeated day after day, quietly shape Leo's sense of self-worth and belonging. It's not about blaming his mother. It's about understanding how early interactions, even the most ordinary ones, create our emotional blueprint for life. Leo learns to tie his joy to his mother's approval, measuring his success by her reaction. Her attention becomes the mirror in which he sees himself. This isn't a conscious choice. It's a primal lesson in how to secure love and safety. For Leo, and for all of us, these lessons are written before we even know how to read. The patterns of connection and disconnect, of being noticed and being overlooked, become the foundation of his emotional life. They echo in his heart long after the moment has passed. For Leo, the seed of seeking external validation is planted. He starts to look outside himself for reassurance, for proof that he matters. Soon, building towers becomes less about the simple joy of creation and more about earning praise. The game changes, and so does Leo. This is the start of what Jung called a complex, a hidden force shaping our feelings and choices, often without us realizing it. We all have our own version of Leo's story, our own history of seeking approval from those who mattered most. These stories are universal, woven into the fabric of every family. These early experiences, both big and small, weave together to form the emotional fabric we carry into adulthood. They become the threads that connect our past to our present. Understanding this story, our story, is the first step towards seeing how the past echoes in our present, shaping our choices, our relationships, and our sense of self. The journey begins with awareness, and with the courage to look back so we can move forward. So, what did Jung mean by the mother complex? It's a term that might sound mysterious at first, but it's actually a fundamental idea in Jungian psychology. Jung believed that our earliest relationships, especially with our mothers or primary caregivers, leave a deep imprint on our emotional lives. Think of it as an emotional energy center, a cluster of feelings, memories, and expectations about mothering. These aren't just fleeting thoughts, but powerful emotional patterns that can shape how we see ourselves and others throughout our lives. It's not just about your biological mother, but your internal idea of nurturing, safety, and approval. This inner image can be influenced by anyone who played a caring role, or even by cultural stories and myths about mothers. This complex is shaped by real-life caregivers and the stories we absorb from the world. Our experiences, both positive and negative, blend together to form this psychological blueprint. Everyone has a mother complex. It's part of being human. No one is exempt because we all grow up needing care, love, and guidance in some form. The way we were cared for creates a powerful core in our psyche, influencing our choices and relationships. It can affect how we trust, how we love, and even how we parent in the future. Often we're unaware of its influence. It's like a hidden director whispering instructions. These unconscious patterns can guide our reactions without us even realizing it. The goal isn't to get rid of the complex, but to become aware of it. By noticing its presence, we can start to understand why we feel or act a certain way, especially in close relationships. When we see it clearly, it loses its power to control us from the shadows. Awareness brings choice, and with choice comes freedom. Awareness lets us choose our actions rather than react from old programming. In this way, we can build healthier relationships with ourselves and with others by understanding the roots of our emotional lives. Childhood emotional patterns don't vanish when we grow up. They become invisible threads guiding our adult lives. Like riding a bike, these patterns become automatic. If you learned to be agreeable to receive love, you might struggle with boundaries as an adult. If you had to be loud to get attention, you might now fear being overlooked. These are survival strategies from childhood, not conscious adult choices. But what worked for a 5-year-old rarely serves a 40-year-old. The journey is about seeing these threads, honoring why they exist, and gently loosening their hold. Self-awareness is the key to change. Unconscious loyalty binds us to our family's emotional patterns, even the painful ones. Sometimes being different from our parents feels like betrayal. For example, if your mother was anxious, you might carry anxiety as a way to stay connected. This isn't logical, it's emotional, rooted in the bond between parent and child. We may repeat relationship patterns, unconsciously reenacting our family's story. Breaking free requires courage, choosing your own well-being over familiar dysfunction. It's not betrayal, it's evolution. You can honor your family without repeating their pain. True growth is carrying your family in your heart, not their burdens. The mother complex wears many masks, shaped by our unique childhoods. A critical or neglectful mother can create a harsh inner critic and low self-esteem. An overprotective mother may leave you struggling with independence, always seeking someone to care for you. Some rebel against controlling mothers, defining themselves by opposition, but still letting the complex dictate their choices. Others become perpetual caregivers, drawn to people who need fixing, neglecting their own needs. These patterns aren't freedom, they're reactions to old wounds. True freedom is choosing your path, not just reacting to the past. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward a more authentic self. Awareness brings choice. Healing begins with seeing. The mother complex isn't just a source of struggle, it can be a wellspring of strength. Jung called this the positive mother complex. Early encouragement and support can fuel confidence, creativity, and resilience. The inner voice says, "You matter. Your gifts are valuable." This foundation allows for risk-taking and genuine ambition, not just a need for approval. Positive mothering can also inspire nurturing and leadership in others. Even if your childhood was challenging, you can learn to reparent yourself, offering encouragement and compassion from within. The complex isn't fixed. With awareness, it becomes a source of strength. Transformation is possible. Recognizing the mother complex is like noticing the glasses on your face. It's so close, it's invisible. Look for recurring patterns in relationships. Are you drawn to people who need fixing or who are emotionally distant? Notice your triggers. Strong reactions often point to old wounds. Listen to your inner dialogue. Is it critical or anxious? Whose voice is it really? Consider the roles you play: caregiver, rebel, high achiever. What are you afraid would happen if you stopped? These clues reveal the complex at work. Awareness is the first step to change. The patterns lose power when you see them clearly. Recognizing the patterns is just the beginning. The real work is untangling them, piece by piece, with patience and self-compassion. It's a journey that asks you to look honestly at your life and gently question what you've always accepted as truth. Start with differentiation. Separate your identity from your mother's story. Notice where her beliefs end and yours begin. and allow yourself to imagine who you are outside of her influence. Acknowledge her struggles, but don't make them your own. You can honor her pain without carrying it forward into your own life. Practice parenting your inner child. Offer compassion and reassurance to the scared parts of yourself. Imagine what you needed to hear as a child and say it to yourself now. Set boundaries, even if it feels uncomfortable. Boundaries are not walls. They are bridges to healthier relationships and a more authentic you. Each no reinforces your worth. Every time you honor your limits, you teach yourself that your feelings and needs matter. Remember, your needs are valid. You deserve to be heard, respected, and cared for, by others and by yourself. Seek support if needed. A good therapist can help you see what you can't and guide you through the healing process with understanding and expertise. Sharing your story in a safe space is healing. When you speak your truth, you invite connection and remind yourself that you're not alone. This isn't about blame. It's about taking responsibility for your emotional life now. You have the power to choose how you move forward. Every small act of self-care is a step toward freedom. Celebrate your progress no matter how small it may seem. The past shaped you, but you can choose your future. Each day is a new opportunity to write your own story. Healing is a process, not a destination. Allow yourself to move at your own pace, trusting that growth will come. You are not alone on this journey. There is hope and there is support every step of the way. Understanding your mother complex is a journey of hope, not blame. Your early life wrote the first chapters, but you hold the pen now. You can write new stories, defined by conscious choice, not old patterns. Compassion for yourself is essential. There will be setbacks, and that's okay. The goal isn't perfection, but awareness and growth. As you change, your relationship with your mother may shift too, opening the door to new understanding. Ultimately, this work is about coming home to yourself. You are enough, just as you are. The past shaped you, but it doesn't define you. The most beautiful chapters are the ones you choose to write, filled with courage and freedom.